Welcome, race fans, to round 6. We are at Zolder Circuit in Belgium. We've got some light rain on the forecast. It has been raining off and on all morning, so we should have a wet track for today's race. We will have a wet track for today's race. So just to go over the point standings really quick, we've got Arm Lamp in first place. We've got Orsi Speedy Jab in second place. Orsi Comet in third place. Orsi Yankees fan in fourth. Irving 104 in fifth. Dieterman in sixth. Rooster in seventh. Farmerside in eighth. Orsi Black Ghost in ninth. Hooligan Heart in 10th. Trev Eva in 11th. And then we're not scoring a couple of the other guys too because they didn't make all the races. So this is going to be an exciting one, guys. Let's make sure, let's pause it really quick here. Let's get on board with who we want to get on board with. We're going to start with, actually I think we're going to start in the back for this one right now. We're going to hop on board with Irving 104 in the back just to get a good synopsis of the race here. We're going to go to our chase cam so we can get a good idea of the start. And then we are getting ready to go this. So like I said, this is the final round, round 6 at Zolder Circuit in Belgium with some fun rain. You can see we've got 8 drivers on tap today. We've got this random grid. We've got Percy Nimps in first place, Osher Speedy Jab, myself in second, Arm Lamp in third, CLP Customs in fourth, Orsi Comet in fifth, XXX Rooster in sixth place, Orsi Yankees fan in seventh, and Irving 104 in eighth place. So this is going to be an interesting one because we're not scoring some of the drivers. So Percy, CLP Customs are not going to be scored for this race because they couldn't make at least half of the schedule. So they are racing with us on track, but we're actually not racing for points. So you'll see some of the drivers being a little cautious, especially the guys at the top 3 right now. Myself, Orsi Speedy Jab, Arm Lamp, and Orsi Comet. And the top part of the championship are going to be very weary about crossing paths with some of these drivers just to keep the championship in mind. So we've got a 45-minute race. Pit lane opens at 15 minutes after and closes 15 minutes before the race. So everybody has to take a mandatory 4-tire pit stop. So everybody's in the same boat there. But you'll see in this race, we've got some interesting stuff that's going to happen. So let's jump on board with Irving 104. Let's go ahead and put the map up too, actually. Whoops. There's the map on the top right there. And we are ready to go racing. Here we go. We've got the revs rising. We've got the lights. There's the green. And we're off. It looks like everybody got a pretty decent start. Hard to really get a really good start in the rain with a standing start. You can see he moves up a couple places past Rooster there. Everybody really nice into turn 1. And here we go into turn 2. Let's go on back with, let's go on down the back of Rooster here, who's now down in 8th place right now. Just watching the other drivers file through. So let's, I know something's going to happen here. So we're gonna stay on board with Percy right now. I've got some notes, guys, obviously, because this happened a couple weeks ago, but I just got around to commenting right now. So we're seeing the back of Percy Nimps right now in the Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Looking at the back of Orsi Speedy Jab in the lead. Myself. Coming into the second chicane here. Ooh, takes a lot of curve. It takes a lot of cutoff there. Takes out some of the bollards there. But gets a slowdown. I think he slows down a little bit there or didn't get one. So everything's fine. You can hear the rain pitter-pattering on top of the roof there. Now coming into this this right-hander here. Lots of understeer from the cars coming to that. And Percy does a good job of actually holding on to that, but somebody's close to his tail now. Let's see who that is. That's CLP Customs in the other Lamborghini Huracan GT3. So as you know, this is the Ferrari versus Lamborghini challenge. So we only have 2 manufacturers. And this is the final round to sort out once and for all who is the superior Italian mark or brand. All right, into turn 1 on the second lap. No dramas as of yet. So here we go, looking Percy a little bit wide there, but thankfully able to stay on the track. Looks like we've got a spin behind there for somebody. Let's pause that really quick and let's see who that was. Who was that spinner? Interesting. I didn't have this on my notes. Oh, looks like we've got Comet out in the weeds there in the sand. Alright, so let's get on board with Comet. Let's see what he does. He just misses the apex coming there. And then gets on the sand, yep. And slows down, doesn't re-enter the track right away. Really hard to do. Arm lamp goes by. So he loses only one spot, and they're Irving 104 behind, so. Let's get back on board with Percy. His incident is about to come up here pretty soon. So not a big deal. Only lost one spot for Comet, so not the end of the world. And here we see Percy coming lap 2 in second place here, coming to the first chicane. Under the Yokohama bridge right there. Brakes at the 100 board, somewhere around there. And you can see that's where it goes wrong. So just taking a lot of curb there. Just pops up there. And spins it around. Thankfully doesn't. It does drop back to 8th place for the race, but thankfully nobody else was involved. I don't think he got any damage. Didn't run into the wall, so he's good to keep going. So let's go ahead and head on board with. Oops. Let's get on board with Irving here. I think we've just got some good close racing with these top 3 right here. It's Arm Lamp in front in the Kaspersky Ferrari 488 GT3. And we've got Orsi Comet with the, I think the number 31, the collection Ferrari as well. And now we've got the Lamborghini chasing behind of Irving 104. Coming into the last chicane here, taking a lot of curb for all the guys. Trying to stay, looks like they're staying away from that right curb on the right side here. It can throw you through a loop and toss you into that. So they're just being careful and easy on this. There you go. Comet taking a defensive line, maybe a little bit of both, taking a defensive line, protecting from Irving as well as showing Arm Lamp his nose a little bit, seeing if he can put Arm Lamp off a little bit and make him go late into the brakes or something like that and miss the apex. There you go. This is the closest battle right now. We can see, there's a couple behind actually too. It looks like for 7th and 8th as somebody's probably moving through the field again. And that was Percy out in the back there, I think. Watching coming to the first chicane here. This is a really tough chicane, and throw rain in the mix, and it's really tough. I mean, that bollard right there really hits you a sausage curve, and then you've got a puddle that forms right there in the rain. It hasn't formed quite yet. It's about 15 minutes into the race, right around the pit stop is when that puddle will really start forming. And then right into here, after the second chicane, right here on the right, there's a big chicane. Look, that's past Comet up past Arm Lamp. Ooh, Arm Lamp loses it there on the exit and hits and runs into the side of Irving 104. Let's go on back really quick. I just want to diagnose that really quick and see what happened. Looks like Arm Lamp was a little wide, letting Comet through. So let's see if that's what happened, if he just got on the dirty side of the track. Come on. Okay, let's get rid of this. Yep, really wide. Maybe leaves the door open, and then, oh yeah, just hits the grass and gets a little sideways, spins out, spins to the inside, and here comes Orsi Yankees fan and everybody else. There's Rooster in the background. And then Arm Lamp gets back on his way. Now remember, Arm Lamp is fighting for the championship, currently in the lead, and there's almost nothing he can do to lose this lead, given the points that are on offer for today, and given that the lead he currently possesses. He's been pretty dominant in this series for a lot of races, so he's got a really good points cushion right now. So that's not going to hurt him too much. I don't think he got very much damage. Yeah, he's not going to the pits, so he's good to go. So let's head on board. Let's see who we got up next. We have, let's get on board with Yankee. So Yankee's currently, you can see already, Yankee's currently got some pressure. Who's that from? That's from Percy, who's making his way back up in the number 157, multicolored. And Yankee decides to just let him go, I think. So we do have a couple drivers in the championship that have their restrictors on still. So we've got Orsi Speedy Jab, myself, with a restrictor, and then we've got Orsi Comet in 3rd with a restrictor, and Arm Lamp in 8th with a restrictor. So those guys are a little bit down on horsepower. I don't know, to be honest with you, it's going to make such a big difference in this one, but it should be it should be okay. So let's go on board with, I think we want to look at this Percy and Irving 104 battle. This one looks like a good one right here. And currently I think the closest two cars we have on track right now. Everybody's kind of spreading out a little bit. Treacherous conditions. Obviously you can see how much spray and how much rain when you see this. So let's jump on board. Let's pull up our menu here. Let's jump on board with a cockpit. So you can see kind of exactly what happens. You can hear the rain. Sounds awesome. So Percy lost a little bit of ground there to Irving 104 as they come into this this 90-degree right. Actually, a little over 90 degree, probably 110. And it switched backs on himself. Now they're coming across to the last chicane, coming into the first corner. Percy shows his nose there a little bit, probably just to show Irving that he is there. Nothing more than that, really. Takes a wide line in. He's probably going to get a better exit. Oh, but has to get off the power there as the car gets unweighted. And he saved a spin there. Look, he's showing him back and forth. Doesn't appear to have his lights on, but I could be wrong. Sometimes it doesn't show in game. Look at really close from spinning there from Irving 104 right in front. Coming into turn 1 here, nice wide angle in. Be careful on those curbs on the left side because with these conditions it can really unweight the car, or where the car is unweighted, or weighted heavily on the left side and unweighted on the right, it can really spin around on the inside. A little bit of curve for Percy there as he's pressuring and hounding. Hopefully Percy, not Percy, Irving into a spin or into a mistake. Percy gets a little bit on the grass, but it seems to be okay. Pops over the curb there. It's both of them on the sausages. Here we go. Alright, this is a good tight battle. So this is the good, obviously they're the exact same car. These guys don't have any restrictors, so they're full wide open on this. Oh, really wide line from Percy right there, coming in there. Look, we got some attention from behind now. Let's see who that's. Obviously Yankees fan and a Lamborghini Huracan as well. I think Yankees fan does have a one restrictor down, or not very much. Only, I think about 6 or 7 horsepower down or something like that. But you can see he was closing in a little bit as these guys fight and bring the battle back to Yankees fan, which is what he wants. He wants these guys to fight side by side, lose a lot of time. Yeah, like Percy is really dominant through that last chicane. It looks like Irving 104 is a little timid on that. Maybe he's had a bad experience before and is a little gun shy. Percy into turn 1 makes a little contact, nothing major. He gives him room on the outside, actually thinking that Irving was going to fight back on that. So now let's see, we've got, let's see from Irving's perspective here, going around chasing him. There you go, you see that, all that rain. Really wide corner in a T1, or T2. And here we go, looks like Percy's opened up the gap a little bit now. And we've got him coming into the first chicane here. Excuse me. Here we go to the first chicane. Ooh, gets it all wrong there. Gets a half spin. Thankfully keeps it off. But now you see Yankees fan coming up on the right side, up and over this crest. Let's see if he gets him. Yankees fan is clear into that corner there. Oh, that was a nice move. Okay, what are we on? We're on lap 6. 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes into this race. And we've had a fair few spins already. This, again, is very treacherous condition, especially on this track, too. It's a really tight road circuit. It's a right-hand circuit, it's a clockwise circuit, so we've got lots of right-handers. So those left side tires will take a punishment in normal conditions. They do a little bit in the rain with the rain tires, but since it is raining the whole time, they're actually okay. Here we go, looking at the back of ORC Yankees fan after that mistake with that half spin from Percy. ORC Yankees fan going through that last chicane. So there you go, sis. So it looks like ORC Yankees fan is able to take that okay too, pretty confidently. Didn't get up on the curbs a lot, but enough to make that corner open and wider. Really wide of the apex for ORC Yankees fan into turn 1. Let's see. So I'm sorry, we're on board with Irving 104. I keep getting them mixed up with Percy because they have the same car, same livery, different number. I think they're sister cars. Oh, so sorry, Irving 104. So see, we're on lap 7 right now. So let's go on board with CLP Customs, who's now taking the lead over Orsi Speedy Jab. Now coming into the fast right-hander here, or mid-speed fast right-hander. Mid-speed fast right-hander. That doesn't make any sense at all. Coming into the mid-speed right-hander. Thank you very much. Now coming into the 110, I'm thinking, or 120 degree corner here. Not quite a full 90 degree, a little over, and not quite a hairpin, it looks like. All right, so here we are on board with CLP Customs, our driver from Greece. So he's coming into last chicane. Takes a little bit of curve, takes a good amount of curve on the right side, and opens up that steering. And here he goes. He's powering on to the straight here. All right, here we got Customs in a turn 1. And turn 2 here. He's doing a good job staying in front. See, we're on lap 8 right now. So let's stay on board with Customs a little bit. You can see he's the amount of wheel inputs he has. So you can definitely tell he is on a controller. So he's doing a great job with this controller. You can get really good setups now for Project Cars 2, even though the game was in 2017 and has now run its shelf life. It is done and over with Project Cars 3 coming out. Ooh, little spin there. Looks like he hit a puddle maybe and drifted to the left. Hard on the brakes here into the third chicane. A lot of curb there, a lot of curb here. And then this is the corner right here, which is going to come into play a lot later because there's a puddle that forms right there on the inside, pretty much right where you would expect a puddle to form if it rains. And really catches the drivers out a lot, actually, about 15 minutes into the race. So we are 13 minutes in, so you'll see those drivers start taking a different line on that right-hander. All right, here we go, coming down the last couple of corners for lap number 8, I believe. Yep, lap number 8. On board with CLP Customs, the leader of this race right now. Here comes the last chicane. There you go, nice wide. Takes a little bit of curve there, no problem. Comes across the line. You can see the wind turbines up there in the pit lane on the right side. Comes into T1. Brakes right here. Ooh, looks like gets a little bit of lock on and spins it around. Alright, so that's going to allow, how many people through? It's going to allow Orsi Speedy Jab. It's going to allow third place, which is, who is that? That's Orsi Comet coming in. CLP Customs, is he going to lose fourth? No, he's going to slot right in between Percy and Comet right now into third place. So out of first place there. So now let's see, we've got, so let's go on board with Percy directly behind here, and let's see this. So we've got lap 9 right now, 14 minutes and 30 seconds in. We're on board with Percy. Looking at the back of CLP Customs. And these lines are going to change. You'll see the drivers change their lines a little bit as the rain gets more intense and as it puddles up. Look at that! Look how much spray. This is the view that most drivers use, and most drivers will look behind in this game. And you can see the spray is really hard. CLP Customs going a little bit wide there, and coming into this sweeping right-hander and up and over the rise. Car gets unweighted, and then into this this over 90. We'll call it the over 90 turn. There you go. Last couple corners. Look at that. Look how much pressure he's putting on to CLP Customs now. Oh, it looks like a movie. He is. He's going to size up the move right below the bridge. Coming into the last chicane. Both gave each other enough racing room. And yeah, look in the rear view right there. You can see the camera. He makes the move on CLP Customs. Nice job. That was a good move, Irving. All right, so let's see. Let's go on board with Comet directly in front. But let's take this. We've got we're looking at the back of Orsi Speedy Jab. We got a 1.4 seconds right there, 1.2 to 1.4 seconds on average. Let's go on board with him in chase cam so we can see this hole, the back end of this hole, number 31, Ferrari 488 GT3. All right, we got Comet coming into the Yokohama. We'll call it the Yokohama Chicane because that's Yokohama tires right there. Coming to the first chicane, right behind the leader, ORC Speedy Jab in front there. Looks like ORC Comet did a really good job of taking a little more speed than the leader did right there. Coming to this hard braking for the second chicane. Taking lots of curb. And you can see a little bit wider line now from the drivers coming through that corner. As the like I said, the rain will puddle up and pull up in that pull up in that corner, that right-hander just at the divot there, pretty much at the base of that rumble strip is where it'll start. It looks like you get some attention from behind. Who's that again? That is Percy, working back through the field. Percy's really fast, really good skill. Looks like he's had a couple mishaps this race, but still got a good amount of pace. Oh, the Comet loses on there, and then, oops. Percy runs right into him. Now you watch what happens here. You'll see that it's clear that ORC Comet is damaged. Don't know what exactly kind of damage he has on the car, but you can see it's waffling back and forth left and right. Now I'll go on board with Percy in just a second and see, and you'll notice that he didn't get any damage. Now out of the other guys we have with us, we've got Percy's actually from South Africa, and we've got CLP Customs in another Lamborghini GT3 Huracan that's from Greece. So both of their ping and their internet is low compared to ours that there are in the States. So one thing that's weird that happens is that I think the netcode just, or not the netcode to say, it could be the netcode issue plus the internet connection. The game almost doesn't know what to do when stuff like that happens. It recognizes somebody's there, but it doesn't know exactly where they're at. So what happens in this, I see a lot, is that the drivers that have the bad internet connection don't end up with any damage. They can continue on, and the driver that was hit that has a good connection ends up bearing the brunt of that. Oh, and there you go. See Comet just able to spin it around on that puddle, waits for I think that's Customs to come around, and then gets back on it. So let's go on board with Percy. So watch, he's right on board with ORC Speedy Jam now, the leader, and hasn't lost anything. The car's not twitching left and right. He's not overcorrecting. He's not doing a lot of input. So this is exactly what I was looking at before, and what made me want to mention that is that he had the bad connection, hit a driver, but it doesn't penalize him because the game doesn't know what to do, which is interesting. Going extreme inside, showing the leader that he's there. Hard on the brakes for turn one. Both of them get turned in. And powers out now into turn two. Let's see, where's Percy going to make his move? Both of them nice and wide on that exit. And now keep coming back to the right for the sweeping right-hander. And then into another kind of high-speed right. Light dab of the brakes. Turn it in. You can use a little bit of that curve. Just be careful on the left side there because the sand will suck you over there into the Armco or into the barrier. Again, maybe pulling out to see the line, but also show the leader that he is there. Oh, Speedy Jab really wide, really wide. Gets on that puddle, and you see what happens there. You lose a little ton of speed. So Percy now back up into the lead. Excuse me. So we'll stay on. Ooh, really tough chicane there. Backs up both of the leaders, and then makes a spin into that. So that was, he was in first place for a couple of corners. Now we've got third place bearing down on him, but he's able to slot back in front behind ORC Speedy Jab. Now there's a fairly sizable gap, 5-second gap, and a 1.2-second gap to CLP Customs. So right now the two fastest drivers on the course are definitely Percy and CLP Customs, the drivers that don't have any restrictors and are in the Lamborghini Huracans, ironically enough, both of them. Where we go. So we've got, let's get on board with Customs right behind. And we're about to start lap, think Customs is about to start lap 13. The leader's already won across. That's why it's in lap 13. So here we go. Into turn 1. Oh, we see the car just lock again on Customs, and he gets that lock on and keeps it going. So I don't think he's going to lose a place here. He's going to stay relatively close, getting up sometime about looks like 7 seconds or so or more with that spin there. Okay, so let's see. We've got I think we've got somebody coming to the pits here. Yep. We've got Arm Lamp coming to the pits for his mandatory pit stop, and he's got some company, it looks like, right behind him. Who is that? That was Irving 104 coming to the pits. So we've got Arm Lamp and Irving 104 with their mandatory pit stops taking place right now. The 4-tire change, you can see a couple guys come around him. Let's look and see who that was. Orsi Yankees fan coming by. Orsi Comet as well coming by. So we've got a couple guys, okay, into the pits. All right, here you go. You got Arm Lamp now. We'll go, actually, you know what? We'll go on board with the Irving 104 right behind Arm Lamp here. See how they navigate this treacherous pit lane exit. Look how close those walls are. It's literally like a car and a half wide. So coming out of turn 2 here, Arm Lamp opened up a little bit of a gap relative to what they came in as. But again, this is for Arm Lamp is fighting for a whole championship here. Irving 104 is in the championship the whole time, but has been towards the mid-pack on most of the races. He's a fast driver as well. I think Irving 104 is from Mexico. So you've got a really international flavor here for most of the drivers. Having a bunch of people from all over the world here, which is awesome. That's one thing and cool thing about gaming is you get to meet guys and ladies from all over the globe, which is really fun, and it definitely adds a lot more spice to it. I love meeting new people, in particular, just anybody who's a nice person I'm happy to meet. And then throw in the mix that you got some other cultures and some other continents around the world. It's pretty awesome. Ooh, Irving with a big old twitch there, almost runs to the wall, but saves it. That was a good save, Irving. Really hard to do that in these conditions, especially with the sand there. So it looks like we got lap 14, 23 minutes into this race, or into the replay, and we've had our fair share of issues right now. So let's go check on board. Let's see. I want to see. Oh, that was interesting. We're coming right on board with with Customs hitting on the back of Orsi Comet. Looks like just misjudging that closing speed maybe a little bit. So lap 14, yep, for the leader, 24 minutes in, roughly. Looking at the back of Orsi Comet, currently he's in 5th place, Orsi Comet in 4th place, obviously right in front. We've got some lap traffic up ahead with a Rooster in the Ferrari, so let's see if these guys can get on the back of them right away and how long it's going to take them here. Okay, a little bit different lines there. Look, Orsi Comet taking far left lane. Oh, looks like Rooster. Oh, and then Custom kind of follows him off a little bit there. Rooster doing a good job of waiting for Customs, knowing that he has a blue flag. That's why he's a blue dot. And those guys are on a different lap than him. He's not really racing with them. So he stays out of the way after that mistake and lets Custom come on through. You can see the gap that Orsi Comet has now developed on the map up on the top right there. So let's see, what do we have next? We've got pit stops coming up here. I have written down. Not yet. So we've got Customs coming through for another lap, so we'll stay on board with him. So we will have pit stops coming up for Customs. Then we'll have Speedy, Yankees fan. So we've got a couple guys coming in here in the next lap or two. And we do have a lap. Oh, I missed that. Let's see. Let me pause that and let me see who we have in the pits right now. Oh, it's Yankees fan. I missed Yankees fan pit. So here goes Yankees fan in his mandatory pit stop right now. So did I miss another one? Because I have myself down as a pits too. So I may have missed myself. So we'll just stay on board with Yankee right now. Sorry. And let's play this coming out of the pits. Let's see where he ends up here. So you see Rooster just going out into past Yankees fan in turn one right here. As Yankee really negotiates this. Coming out of the pits here. Now this is a really tough time. The tires are brand new, which is good, but they are also underinflated. You do have to get them up to temperature just like any other slick tire, any other racing tire you have to get. So Ursa Yankees fan usually, and drivers a little bit timid coming out on those cold, wet tires. And it takes a couple laps, usually 2 to 3 laps, to get these up to temperature. All right, let's see my notes here. I've got okay, it's Yankees fan, so let's go on board with customs. Right on time. Sorry. So right on board with customs, he makes a big spin. Rooster gets by, tries to nudge it into the wall and turn around. Oh, look at that, Rooster! Rooster goes around right there. So maybe Rooster was looking at custom spin and then maybe spun to the inside too. And that allows Yankees fan to come through. Rooster comes back on track safely, but then pulls over to the right to let customs by again. Again, I can't applaud these guys enough for the racecraft that they show a lot of the times and the race awareness. You know, it's in every racing driver's DNA to not let anybody pass them, but it's also very key to be aware of when you should let somebody pass, like that, for instance. So we've got, let's see, let me put my notes again here. We've got, all right, we're still going to have a couple other pit stops. I missed mine, so I came in right before Yankee, actually. I missed that. On board with COP Customs again from Greece, coming around turn one again. And this has been his nemesis, this corner, and the reason why I said that is because I knew it was going to happen again. But all right, Rooster coming around again, seeing Customs turned around. Here comes another driver. Let's see. That's going to be, I think, a Orsi Yankees fan. Is that correct? No, that's, sorry, Arm Lamp in the Capper Sky Ferrari. Yankees fan went through already before. So losing, that was a real position right there. So he gets down to 6th place. Yankees fan in 4th. We've got Percy in the lead right now. Speedy Jab in 2nd. Orsi Comet in 3rd. Orsi Yankees fan in 4th. Arm Lamp, who we're looking at now, are in front of this car. In 5th, COP Customs we're on board with. Irving 104 in 7th, and Rooster in 8th. Okay, let's see. We've got, I think, the next pit stop here. We've got Percy just coming out. Okay, so I was a little bit late in that, but that's okay. It doesn't show anything. So let's see. Actually, what I want to see is, oh, he rubs along the side there. Here comes Overseas Speedy Jab in 2nd place. Let's see if he kept the lead. He did. Look at that. Look at that gap that he kept. So there's your gap from 1st to 2nd. And here you go. I got my notes. We got something that should happen here pretty soon with Customs again. So, or maybe I just missed it. I might have just missed it. It was in the 2nd chicane I have notes for. So I think I just missed it to going around. So yeah, actually he spun out, and he's got Irving 104 right in front of him too. We're not going to worry about going back behind that. So now let's look on our map to see where our closest battles are, which we can't see 100% yet. So we need to look up on the left time there. So Speedy Jab is 2 seconds behind. So let's go through the leaders right now. We've got Percy in 1st place in the Lamborghini Huracan GT3. We've got Orsi Speedy Jab 2.2 seconds behind. And then we've got Orsi Comet 11.8 seconds behind. And Orsi Yankees fan 11.8 seconds behind that. And we've got Arm Lamp 7 seconds behind Yankee. And we've got Irving 104 6.7 seconds behind. And then we've got, you can see Rooster there pulling off to the side to let Arm Lamp through. Irving 104, we've got, oh, he's got Customs right behind him. I'm like, wait. He's only got Customs a half a second to 4 seconds behind. So let's go on board with Customs right now. And actually, we haven't used the Let's do the all camera, so that way we have a mix. Oh, a little bit of touch there on the back of, I think that was Irving or Percy. That was Irving. So this is CLP Customs on the back of Irving 104 right now. This is 4th position in the race. So these guys will be fighting hard. Again, we're not scoring CLP Customs because he hasn't been in the series long enough. So so this is just for pride. Listen to the rain. That sounds so cool. It sounds like real rain, doesn't it? I feel like I'm getting wet right now. Different type though. Rain wet is what I meant. Alright, the race really almost over here pretty soon. I mean, you know, we're 3/4 way through the race right now, 31 minutes roughly into this. Looking at the back again of CLP Customs on the back of Irving 104, both Lamborghini on Lamborghini action here. There you go, cinematic cameras. Camera looks like not panning, not able to keep up with these cars, are so fast. Oh, looks like a Rooster right there in the middle of the track, just waiting for these guys to get by. That way he doesn't make a nuisance of himself. And look at that! We have CLP Customs way off. Now, I didn't have this on my notes, so I'm actually seeing this for the first time right now. So looks like that spin from Rooster just threw off Customs a little bit, and he went way wide. Oh, hit the wall right there. I think he's having trouble controlling this car. Let's see how he does in the first chicane here. Okay, there's a big puddle right there. Makes you understeer a lot. So now let's look on board. We've got Irving, and looks like Yankees fan has some damage possibly. Maybe residual damage from the game not resetting the damage and making the car clean, or maybe he got some other damage. But he's looking at the back of Irving's looking at the back of Orsi, Yankees fan here, and this is for 5th position here. They're both fighting for. Excuse me. So we'll see if Customs actually comes in the pits. It's really late in the race, and they already made their mandatory. But he may have to come in the pits to fix that damage. When we come out of the chicane, we'll be able to see if Customs goes into the pit lane. He decides to keep out, actually. I think he thought that going in to fix that damage was too much. It would lose him too much time, and he wouldn't be in the battle. And Rooster is actually 1 or 2 laps behind, if I remember correctly. So Yankees fan having a little bit of twitch there and getting out of the power allows Irving to take a peek on the inside, but it doesn't materialize into an actual move. So I think he's happy with just pressuring him right now, Yankees fan, and seeing if he'll make a mistake himself. Less work for Irving, and it really does put the pressure on and makes the driver in front kind of look backwards in his mirrors. And it looks like we've got Customs catching back up behind, even with that damage. Again, we know Customs has a bad internet connection, so he may not have shown that. Ooh, Yankees fan really wide coming over that and has to cut the chicane. And now we got Customs catching up. Looks like Yankees fan is slowing up because I think he's got a slowdown. And let's see if it affects him. Let's see if he loses. We got Arm Lamp right there in front. Ooh, all drivers taking real strong liberties with that corner. Going right across that whole chicane. Oh, looks like we got to spin behind again. Looks like Customs has spun out of this one. And that same corner too. Customs really having a trouble with turn 1. And I think it's turn 6, I think, or that one. The second chicane. And then the right-hander right after that, where the puddles pool on the right side. There you go. We've got Irving 104 down the inside into the last chicane of RC Yankees fan. And it looks like he's got that position done and dusted. Yep, RC Yankees fan sliding in behind. And Irving able to open up a slight gap with there. But again, I can't confirm this, but Yankees fan might have some residual damage. So that car may be affected a little bit. So Irving 104 up to 5th place past RC Yankees fan. Now let's look at some times. So we've got RC Speedy Jab, myself, right on the back of Percy. So Percy must have done something and slowed himself down, or winding down the last vestiges of this race. And RC Speedy Jab now on the back of Percy. And we've got Orsi Comet 11 seconds behind, Arm Lamp 48 seconds behind, Irving 104 51 seconds behind, Yankees fan 54 seconds, COP Customs 1 minute and 1 second, and we've got Rooster 2 minutes and 34 seconds behind the leader. So after lap 20 or 21 laps racing, that's where we find ourselves right now with the people up on board here. Looks like Percy's back up and running, and he's opening up a gap of over a second now. Just as I say that, 9/10 to a second. So stay on board with myself, or see Speedy Jab, as we look at the back of Percy. And Percy taking a midline into this corner, and then going back to the racing line, and then going to take a full liberties with that chicane on both of them. There's that puddle we talked about on the left side there. Really sucks the car over to the left. Can throw you right off track. Now you got to be really smooth. Right here is where you're going to take a wide exit or wide entry now because of that puddle that forms. So you do have to be adaptive, to make sure that you're not hitting those puddles that do form from rain. Especially at this track, I've noticed. We did rain at Sugo as well, where it's kind of same deal. It's got a lot. It's a right-hand circuit as well, so a lot of right-hand corners, and a lot of the puddles were pulling up, on the apexes, of course. This rain has been going on the whole race, so we haven't seen any dry lines form, and we haven't seen any of the rain dry up because it's been consistent. But you will see little spots like that where it pulls up, where you get some rooster tails, and where you don't. We've got a close battle, looks like, in the back there. Should be about ready to wind this. I can't remember how many laps we actually did on this, so we've got 10 minutes left on the replay clock. So we're going to be somewhere around that time, probably another 8 minutes. It's going to end. We've got Rooster up on the right side on turn 2, letting the leaders go past. So again, great awareness from Rooster, allowing the top 2 there to come past and not interrupt their race. Let's see if we can go on board with somebody else here. Let's see what Comet's looking at here. Comet's looking at his windshield wipers not working, apparently. Or that's just what it shows, because, I didn't drive this car, because you can see he's not in first gear going, 100 and whatever miles an hour he's going right now. So it's not rendering certain things. Ooh, really straight line the crap out of that chicane. But he's either going to get a slowdown or he'll get a penalty, so it's not a big deal. Coming on the back of backmarker Rooster right now. Whoa, really liberal line coming through there, Comet. Let's go on board a Yankees fan here in 4th place. Coming across, looks like the start-finish right now to start lap number 22. Arm Lamp, we got directly behind him with a little bit of damage on his car, the windscreen, as he comes into T1. So Arm Lamp is going to take this championship, I think. There's very little anybody can do about it. So we're going to see how the exact points shake out at the end. And I'll give you guys a tally at the end. I've got COP Customs right behind Arm Lamp, looking at the back of him, sawing at that wheel back and forth with that controller. Obviously is the big deal. You have to go, your thumb has to go crazy back and forth. Ooh, Arm Lamp getting a little wiggle on, was able to save it. So let's see if Customs can capitalize on that. He's getting closer. Is he going to try to take him into that first chicane? He does, and Arm Lamp actually just backs out of it, knowing that he's not going to go too wide into that. Very veteran, very smart move. Somebody who's protecting his championship. No, excuse me. Got a little burp in there too for you guys. Now we're looking at the back of Irving 104. And looking at the back of Arm Lamp. So let's see if Irving gets on board with them too. Oh, dang, really straight lined that. So guys are getting really liberal with that. As the race comes to a close here, the last couple minutes of the race, they're really taking liberal racing lines through that particular chicane we noticed, and maybe the first one too. Into the over 90, what I call it, over 90, above 90, whatever, over 90 I think I said, over 90 turn. I don't even know what the turns are called in Zolder. I didn't look that up, actually. I probably should have for you guys. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I hope everybody's had a good year as we wind down the rest of this race. It's been a weird year. 2020's been definitely, for a lot of people, something to forget. I would say I'm on the fence either way. It's been a weird year as far as lots of stuff and not being able to see friends and family, and my kids not going to be able to go to school. It's kind of been weird. Job market's been crazy. Everything's been crazy. But I will say, in my opinion, it's been a historic year, and it'll be one for the record books. Whether it's good, bad, indifferent, or whether you have that opinion, you can't deny it's been historic. I mean, this will go down in history as either crazy times. Oh, it looks like 104, Irving 104 went right up the inside of arm lamp as arm lamp went wide. But yeah, that's kind of my take on it. It's a crazy historic time that we're living through, and at minimum, 20 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever, when somebody asks you about it, you can tell them, yeah, it was pretty crazy. Everybody was hoarding toilet paper, which was insane. I still don't understand that. I mean, was it because everybody thought they'd be inside like all the time and they had to use a lot of toilet paper? Was it because toilet paper was made in China and overseas and you can't get it? Like, I don't know what the reason was. Maybe the first one makes more sense, right? We didn't do that, and we were fine. But I think I said before, we got grass outside, we got some leaves, so as long as they're not prickly or anything like that, I think we're good. Oh, dang. Right on board as we get a big spin for Irving 104. Arm lamp is going to not take advantage of that and it's going to spin himself too, it looks like. So is this the end of the race, I wonder? It might be. Let me see what we got. We got the leader coming through the last chicane right there, 6 seconds ahead of Orsi Speedy Jab in second place. So let's see what happens. We'll be able to tell by what he does after. It looks like we might still be racing. Looks like this might be the second to last race, the last lap or the second to last. You've got 5 minutes left on the replay clock there. You can see on the ticker right there. Lap 25. So we've got 7.3 seconds back to Speedy Jab right now. We've got 14.4 seconds back to Comet. Yankees fan, looks like somebody was... Oh, we got... What the heck? We got a big spin right there. That was weird. Oh my gosh! Yeah, I forgot about that. I totally forgot about this. This was the last lap, I think. We gotta diagnose this one because I totally forgot about this, guys. This is interesting. So we see somebody off, the blue dot's off. So let's. So looks like. Let's see, who is that? Is that arm lamp? Okay, hang on. I wanna go on board with cockpit so it's not switching all around, or chase cam. Okay. Arm lamp is ahead right there. Irving 104 right there. And there's somebody spinning. Okay, that's Percy's car. Okay, let's rewind this because there's somebody else. Who is that? Is that Customs? I think it's COP Customs. Yeah, look at this. Okay. Here we go. Here's the catalyst. All right, so he does a great job of making a move onto Orsi Yankees fan to the first corner. Orsi Yankees fan gives him lots of room, and then Customs just comes to the inside, and then it looks like he's going to take a little too much curb. Nope, a little bit curb on the outside. Spins all the way around, hits the wall. 1, 2, and then comes out a little bit. Looks like who is that? No, that's where Percy comes in. Okay, so Percy is thrown off. So I want to do this. I want to now see Percy's point of view. Okay, so Percy comes around, sees this car spinning, dink, 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 maybe gets thrown off looking at it. Object fixation goes really wide and then tries to cut it back, gets a spin on, and then now let's go on board with Speedy Jab myself. So I'm coming around the corner here, see a car go way off to the left, hit the wall, that's arm lamp, and then I see, ooh, and then I see Percy. Now look how close this is, because normally you go right there, and normally you would probably track out a little bit to where he is, but I can't do that. So you can hear the throttle inputs here. Just let off the throttle and sneak it up the inside. Oh man, I totally forgot about this. Shenanigans at the end of the race. So now we've got Percy in second place, 3.3 seconds behind. So let's go on board with him now. And we've got Comet just 6 seconds behind the leader. So everybody is now truncated up at the last, either the last or second to last lap of the race. As Comet takes a lot of liberties with that curb again. Oh, we've got another spinner of the COP Customs right there with a spin. Just hanging off on the side there waiting for everybody to come through. It looks like Irving 104 right there. Getting a spin or half spin and coming back on track. So now we've got Percy looking to chase down Orsi Speedy Jab, and he's got a back marker in between, but Percy does a good job and just pulls out of the, or not Percy, Irving does a good job and just pulls out of the way for him and lets him by. Actually goes off track to make that happen too. So again, a lot of respect shown from these drivers. We're 43 minutes in to this replay. So we're coming down to it now, where the race has been a seesaw battle between Orsi Speedy Jab, Percy, and who else has led? Customs, I think, if I remember. I'll have to look back and see. I already forget. It's too long ago. Sorry, guys. So if you want to, you have to look back at the video. You can watch it again. Yeah, get more watch time for me, and you guys will figure out what your answer is. All right, we go into turn 2. Ooh, really wide. Is that going to mess them up on the out? Nope. All right, so this has got to be the last lap. So Orsi Speedy Jab ahead by 5. Oh, and Orsi Speedy Jab. I forgot that too. Orsi Speedy Jab spinning out. Now let's see what happened there, because that was funny too. Looks like that was a curb induced. Oh no, outside curb again. Yep, outside curb. Look at that. Just whoop, little twitch. Passenger. Bing, bing. And then, ooh, I get shot back onto the racetrack and almost take him out. All right, so we got to finish this out here. We've got Percy back in the lead, and we've got Orsi Comet 3.8 seconds behind now. So again, everybody, it could be anybody's race here now. So now I've got damage, so I'm gingerly going through the rest of this. So man, could have been a straight win for Percy, could have been a straight win for me. Comet now has a chance. Orsi Comet in third. Yankees fans 19 seconds, a minute 19 seconds off, so unless something catastrophic happens, he doesn't have a shot at first, but looks like he's secured fourth. He's a minute 18 and a minute 32, so he's, 12 seconds, 14 seconds ahead of Irving for fifth or for fourth place, so I think he's got that secured. Here comes Comet with no damage, so let's see how close he gets. He's only 2.6 seconds off and 1.6 seconds off of Orsi Speedy Jab myself. Coming to the last chicane here to bring it home. Not going to worry about going into the pits, obviously. And here we go. We got Percy, lap 26, pulling over. There's Rooster waiting for us, so he doesn't have to do another lap. And Percy wins the race with Orsi Speedy Jab myself coming in second. Ooh, I go for the little cheeky spin out on him, trying to pit him, but it didn't work. Orsi Comet in third place, Orsi Yankees fan in fourth, Irving 104 in fifth, COP Customs in sixth, Arm Lamp in seventh, and Rooster in eighth place. All right, so let's go through the points really quick. So we've got, congratulations, there he is right there spinning across our screen. As I take a breath. We've got Arm Lamp is the winner with 248 points. We've got Orsi Comet sliding into second place in the championship, just 4 points behind with 244 points. I've got Orsi Speedy Jab coming in third place for the championship at 236. I've got Orsi Yankees fan in fourth place with 214. Irving 104 coming into fifth place with 159. Diedelman 67 coming in sixth place with 139. Rooster coming in seventh place with 131. Pharmacide in eighth place with 123. And Orsi Black Coast in ninth place with 114. So guys, thank you so much for joining. Hopefully you have seen all the Ferrari versus Lamborghini challenges as I flip over. And somebody launches me into the sky realm. But it's been a pleasure commenting the races for you. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please feel free, I always mention it, but please feel free to join us on our Discord and on our website to check out some more racing action and see some of the stuff we're doing for the 2021 season. Just to give you a heads up, we are starting out with Porsche Cup. and Project Cars 2 with the GT3 911 Porsche R, the 24-hour version and the regular version. So we will be doing that starting January 3rd, Sunday. So thank you guys again for joining. Please leave us a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe if you have not already. I'm ORC Speedy Jab, and I am out.